The concept really formulated back in about 2011. ARV provides retirement living, aged care facilities, but there was a desire to reach in to help people who are facing the risk of homelessness or actually homeless. These new facilities are about providing a safe home, a place where people can come and find stability, be able to rebuild their lives with a sense of community.
Katoomba is a really interesting community. We've got a large number of retirees. People move up from the city. A lot of people originally from European backgrounds that love the cold come up here and escape the humidity. It's a place where people feel connected to one another. But there are a lot of elderly people that struggle for accommodation. There's a number of people in my congregation who are at risk of homelessness, and there are plenty in the community that are in a similar situation. I've had guys in tears in my office saying, last night was just unbearable. I shivered all night, and I can't keep this up, Ray. And so we do what we can for them, but yeah, it's hard sometimes because resources are so limited to try and find places for people, or even just, giving blankets out all the time and that kind of stuff. The aged community here live on the edge, I think, often because of the cost of accommodation, and so this is going to take some pressure off at least. Cecil has been a guest house here since the early 20th century. It's a beautiful change to be able to take something that was falling down and dilapidated and refurbish it and bring it to new life. The rooms are so incredibly well appointed with the kitchenette in them and the ensuite. People can have their own private space, but there's also the opportunity of joining in with the community of Katoomba and the Christians in Katoomba as well. Caring for people who are homeless is more than just shelter and food. They're important essentials, but if people are going to make the most of their life, then they need relationships, they need community, and they need to know that God loves them. And I'm hoping that, say, 3 years from now, this establishment is well and truly set up. It's a community of people that care for one another, that the Christians within it have been able to be salt and light, loving others, so that those in need are being cared for, and we'll have a complex and a facility that will enable us to get on with doing the ministry that needs to be done.
It's location, location, location. It is just in such a wonderful area. It's a real village community feel. The seniors in our community are sexy. We don't forget them. The fact that Anglicare was getting an old pub, doing it up, providing quality care, we were very excited because there were some people who'd been at risk of being on the streets and open to a multitude of issues that they had to face. We've got a society where people are often so closed, they carry pain and hurt and they never open up. And you need a circuit breaker. I can build a relationship with Anglicare and then build a partnership with the relationships that they already hold. They have goodwill in the community and we walk in tandem with them, with that goodwill. Taverners Hill was a landmark place. The history of this area was a working class area, that the ordinary person has been priced out of Leichhardt. But Anglicare is helping to price people back in, providing quality low-cost housing where people can be treated with dignity and respect and build a life where they feel valued. Even if you've got somewhere to stay, you can still feel lonely and isolated. Our goal of getting involved is to really get to know people, to build relationships so they feel safe and comfortable, and we just talk and listen and share stories to let them know that their story is valuable. We don't have it all together, we just want to share God's love. He's got it all together. If there's an integrity in the way that you approach people with respect, they resonate with that and they're willing to open up. And so we're excited because these are valuable people to God. They've got something to contribute to us. We're mutually enriched. I'd like to see Taverners Hill be a light on the hill where people can come and be cared for and loved and find themselves restored and have a deeper sense of what it means to have dignity being created in the image of God.
By 2020, we're hoping that there will be 200 people who will have found a home in one of these facilities. Anglicare has a real desire to build strong partnerships with Anglican churches. There's some great stories, some great examples of that happening, and we want to support churches as they look for ways in which they can reach their community, where they can care for people with all of the needs that they might have to bring the love of Jesus, the message of Jesus, to those in their community.